Okay, guys, I think it's time to start. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me, you can hear me. And my name is Yulia Bilanok. I'm a leading methodologist at Skyteach. And today's live stream will be really exciting and very practical for those who work with kids. Artem Morozov, our special guest today, presented a topic, the realia with lessons, at the Lessons with Children at Skyteach Festival on the 1st of April. And he showed us some really amazing techniques, how to make lessons fun. Like, I was really inspired by that. So, and today, lucky us, we have Artem with us, and he's ready to give us more information and more ideas and answer our questions. So let me tell you a few words about our charming speaker. Artem is a senior regional manager and the head of the teaching department at Oxford in St Petersburg. And in 2016, he won a Director of the Year award to mark achievements in his job. And Artem has his own group in Vkontakte, which is called Mishki. Artem, hello, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much for this introduction. Very nice to see you all, guys. I hope you can hear us well. You can say hello to me and to Julia. Hello, everyone.
Guys, you can write your comments in the chat, your questions, your comments, and I will ask everything. Okay, and Artem, personally, I was really amazed with what I saw. I mean, your performance and these little tricks at Skyteach Festival. Why everything looks so incredible for me, because I have never worked with young children, and I was even shocked that it's possible to work this way. It was just surprising for me. Okay, Artem, I think that not all of our participants were present on the 1st of April, unfortunately. Can I ask you to maybe show one of your little tricks, how you teach children, maybe with doctor, balloon, or teddy bear? And while we're watching Artem, guys, you can write your questions in the chat box. We will collect them and I will ask them a bit later. Okay, ready?
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I said during my presentation on the 21st of April, I said that it's more effective to use realia in your classroom. So it's much more effective than using flashcards. And probably I can show you an example of how it might be, right? And say hello to Mrs. Owl. Hello, Owl. Okay, children, say hello to Mrs. Owl. Hello, Owl. Hello, Owl. They say to me. Hello. Okay, Owl. How are you today? How are you today? Let's ask the owl. How are you today? How are you today? They repeat after me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Are you happy? Are you happy today? Are you happy today? I'm not happy. Mrs. Owl is not happy. Is not happy. Are you hungry? Are you hungry today? Are you hungry today? The children say, no, I'm not hungry. No, I'm not hungry. She's not hungry. Maybe you are thirsty today. Are you thirsty today? Are you thirsty? Thirsty today? I'm not thirsty. I'm not thirsty. Mrs. Owl is sick. 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 She is sick. She is sick. She is sick. Let's say together. She is sick. She is sick. She is sick. I am sick today. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, what should we do? I know, we need to take the temperature. Let's take the temperature. Serежа, can you help me? Come here, come here. Do you want to take the temperature? Take the temperature? And Serежa doesn't say anything because he's a kid, right? He just does like this, right? But I make him repeat what I've just said. And I say, yes, I can help. I can take her temperature. I can take her temperature. Okay, come here, come here. Take the thermometer. All right, okay, we're taking the temperature. Oh no! Oh no! The owl is very, very sick. The owl is very sick, very sick. Okay, what should we do? What should we do? All right, all right, all right. Maybe we should give her an injection. Injection. Give her an injection. And children don't say anything. They're just shaking their hands. But I make them repeat. We need to give her an injection. Give her an injection. Give her an injection in the wing. Give her an injection in the wing. 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 Okay, so Masha, do you want to give her an injection in the wing? And Masha does this. But I make her repeat. Yes, I want to give her an injection in the wing. Okay, so you need a syringe, cotton wool. Okay, I need a syringe. I need some cotton wool. Okay, you might want to use some empty bottle in which you used to keep spirit, like adult people, right? And so we need some spirit. We need some cotton wool. Okay, rub her wing. 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 And she says, I'm rubbing her wing. Rub her wing. Rub her wing. Okay, injection. The owl is scared. The owl is scared. She is scared. Say, she is scared. And they say, she is scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Come back. Come back. Come back. Okay. Okay, let's give her injection in the wing. No! And okay, the owl is scared and so on. So we can give her an injection in the wing, in the ear, in the tummy, in the tail, anywhere. So in this way we could revise or learn new body parts, right? So these kind of things. We can bandage different body parts, right? So this is a phrase, a useful functional language plus different vocabulary units, and we drill it. Yeah, so 2 or 3 lessons until they remember. Yeah, something like that.
That sounds just wow, that's fantastic. I like it so much. You can't imagine, where do you get so much energy? I wonder. It's impossible to be always like that. How you do that?
I sleep and eat. Yeah, I don't know.
And how long have you been working with kids?
Well, I started when I graduated from university, and it was 6 years ago. So yeah, I think seriously, I've working as a teacher for 6 years if we count this serious experience. But I wanted to be a teacher when I was at school, and I tried to while working as a teacher, to be a tutor. So, but I don't count this experience. I don't think it's relevant.
Artem, and how old should the children be for this kind of activity, to give injections? Yeah, it's like minimum, maximum. Yeah.
This is a very important question, and I looked through the questions that people asked on the 1st of April, right? It was on the 1st of April. So, and one of the questions was about teaching talking time, right? And I think it's connected with the age, because all of these techniques, all of these activities are designed specifically for kids of 4 or 6 years, when the teacher is the center of the classroom, the magnet attracting all of their attention. And basically the teacher is the only model of the language which children can copy. So I don't think it's bad when your teaching talking time is how can I put it, long?
Higher.
When the teacher talks a lot in this age group, because the children need to copy something. They can't learn from videos or books, because to learn something they need to interact. So the only person they can interact with is the teacher, right? They can't interact with a book because they can't read, and they can't interact with a film or cartoon because there are no, well, at least if it's just a traditional cartoon on TV, right? So I don't think teacher talking time should be less than it is. And we shouldn't forget that children don't just sit like this and observe the teacher. They participate actively and they repeat everything, right? And they do the actions, so they're not just sitting. Yeah, so 4 or 6 years later, the children, and at this age, why is it effective for this age group? Because in this age, children tend to be more interested in interacting with the teacher directly or with a toy like this, right? So they can't interact with each other, with the group mates. It's next to impossible to make your 4-year-old kids to work in pairs or groups, or to organize different mingling activities. If some teachers can do that, I think yeah, I can give him a round of applause, but I don't think it's really possible in most cases. So, but when they grow older, when they're 8 or 9 years old, of course we can't do that. We need to do a lot of group work, pair work, and mingling activities. We work differently with these age groups.
Okay. So I mean, I agree with you that teachers' talking time is justified, yeah, at this stage. Yes, I completely agree. Anyway, teachers' talking time will be higher with little kids, yeah, with young kids. Okay, Artem, and thank you very much. So, and you answered one of the questions about teachers' talking time that I was going to ask you. And there is another concern. Some teachers think that it might be problems with discipline. Like, how do you deal with this misbehavior? Like when they become so active that it's impossible to control them at all.
Well, it's a tough question. Well, actually, it's quite difficult to answer it briefly. Yeah, but I think the main point is if I have a webinar on that, and it lasts for 2 hours. Yeah, so but I think the most important thing is to be consistent, right? If you want your children to behave themselves, you need to be consistent. So if you say that you will do something, you need to do something. If you have some rules in the classroom, they should be they should work at each moment of the lesson. So if a rule sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work, it's the same as if we don't have any rules at all. So, and this is a big problem of rookie teachers who just start teaching, and they usually, for instance, we have this system of a sun and a cloud. Yeah, the sun gets happy smileys if children do something good. For example, they dance or they do some activities that I want, and I can give them a happy smiley. The sun is happy. If they do something bad, I usually draw a sad smiley next to the cloud, right? And some teachers might do the following thing: the child doesn't behave itself and does something wrong, so he's testing the boundaries. But the teacher doesn't notice this because he or she thinks, well, it's not that bad, right? He's just a child. It's not that bad. What he's just done, it's not that bad. So I'll not notice that. But the kid is actually testing your boundaries. So at first he pushes a little bit. Oh, no, I can't do that. Next time he'll do something worse and push the boundaries further. So yeah, the main point is to be consistent. If you said that you're going to do something, you need to do that. Well, this is the main point. And the second point is we need to organize plenty of active games during the class, so that the children could move a little bit, yeah, to relax. And well, I think these are two main secrets to make your children themselves.
Thank you very much. Really practical tips for our teachers and for me personally as well. Artem, you mentioned that children participate actively. What if not? Like a typical situation in a classroom, half of the kids are really active and they're engaged, and half are really passive. They seems not interested at all. Mm-hmm. What do you do in this kind of situation? If you notice that somebody is not as active as you want them to be, mm-hmm. How you push them or what?
Well, I don't think we need to push. We shouldn't forget about the silent period. Yeah, especially in this age, children should feel psychologically comfortable in the classroom. So if you keep pushing, they would feel, right, they wouldn't feel confident. And in most cases, when they don't do it, they seem to do nothing, but they listen. Yeah, and after some time, they would reproduce the same chunks and vocabulary, and you don't even know how it's possible because they didn't even participate. So I wouldn't insist on pushing, right? But if most of your kids don't follow you, if they don't want to be engaged, if they don't want to play your games, so there is some problems with the games. So you should prepare better. Well, yeah, I think it's not a sign to push, it's a sign for the teacher to think about his or her job. Probably you're doing something wrong. Yeah, I don't think it should be so. As I said, the teacher should be the magnet. He should attract all the attention. The most interesting thing in the classroom, it's you, teacher. Yeah, so if you're not the most interesting thing in the classroom, you might have problems with these, with children of 4 or 6 years. Yeah.
Artem, in this case, I think that you have no problems with discipline because you're the most interesting thing in your classroom.
I hope so. I hope so.
Okay, Artem, I have one question from the chat. People ask, one person asked, what about children from 2.5 to 4? I mean, younger than 4 years old. Mm-hmm. Do you think these techniques that you demonstrated before work with so young kids?
Mm-hmm. You know, I never taught children under 3, so I don't know. But you can try. You can try. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared of this age group. I'm not ready yet. So I specialize on my major. Yeah, is children from 4 to 9. Yes, this is my favorite age. So I don't know anything about children before 4. So yeah, I don't really know. It's too difficult to say, but I think you might try. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, so experiments are a good thing. Artem, do you speak Russian with children? I have a question from our participant.
No, I don't speak Russian. There are plenty of different instruments to deliver the meaning to the children, so I don't think it's necessary, especially at this stage. Yeah, if you think that some of the vocabulary units or the functional language you want to teach might be too difficult to comprehend, so you think the children might have difficulties, they might not understand something, so it's probably a reason not to include this vocabulary or functional language into your lesson plan. But it's very easy to explain, right? It's a syringe. It's a syringe. You understand, yes? This is a syringe. Or come here. come here, come here. I don't think it's difficult to understand this. Yeah. So try to use, if you think, we just use so I teach the vocabulary units that you can show or touch. It's important. In this case, it's quite easy to explain everything.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even with adults, it's not necessary to use Russian language, right? You can show, you can use gestures, mimics, or even realia, right? Yes, I agree. Okay, Artem, and since you mentioned some lexical chunks, yeah, I wanted to ask, what is the usual number of grammar or lexical structures that you introduced in one lesson?
It's a tough question. I've never counted. I usually take some real life situation. For instance, going to the doctor. Can a child go to a doctor? I think it can, and it does it very often. And so we take this kind of situation in which the child might need to talk, and then we start analyzing the situation. What chunks, what phrases, right, the child might need to express itself, to speak in this situation. And then we just include all of these phrases in our lesson. It depends on the situation. Sometimes you need more, sometimes you need less. So yeah, I don't know, not less. I don't think it should be not fewer. We don't use fewer than 5, right? 5 or more. Yeah, 6.
But it's quite a lot, 5 for these young children. I think it's maybe enough.
Yeah, maybe it's enough. Yeah, maybe it's even enough. Yeah, it depends on the level. Again, if these are the kids who study English for 3 years, right? They can be more, of course, because they would acquire the language easier. But if they've just started, you might want to start up with just 2 or 3 useful phrases plus 4 or 6 vocabulary units. Yeah, I don't think you need to do more. It's too difficult.
I agree with you. Tom, the next question from our chat. How many students do you usually have at a lesson, like in one group? Yeah. How many children?
If we speak about 4 or 5-year-old children, we usually have up to 6 students in one group. Older kids, 8, 7 to 9, 8 children in a group, and then teenagers and adults up to 10 people in a group. Yeah, but I know that in some schools there can be more, 12 teenagers in a group. Yeah, but I think, yeah.
I think that our participants want to know about maybe these kids. Like you demonstrated the activity, yeah, and what is the normal number of children for this performance?
Yeah, 6.
6, yeah?
Yeah. But once I had a lesson with 20 children, it was okay. But I think it's too difficult. It's too difficult to, yeah, it's too much. 6 is the best number, I think.
I think it's impossible to survive 20 young kids in one classroom. It's a shock. Okay, thank you very much. Artem, and one of the teachers asked, are these techniques appropriate for FaceTime classes or also for classes via Skype or something like that? So basically that's the question that I wanted to ask you, if it's possible to have online lessons with such young children.
I think it's difficult task to do, to teach younger kids on Skype. It's difficult. I think it's because especially 4-year-old children, they still need to interact physically with the toy, right? But the world is developing, right? And we are trying new sources of teaching, right? And Skype is probably one of the things, or not Skype, I mean FaceTime, I mean teaching online is something that we'll have in the future everywhere. And right now, many teachers use it to teach smaller kids. So I think it's at least worth trying, right? I think it's at least worth trying because, well, maybe not with 4-year-old, but with 6, 7, yeah, I would try. And I have small students, but they are 7. The youngest is 7. So I think it's possible. Yeah. Well, using this kind of technique, I think it could be possible too.
Anyway, it depends on a child, right? Because
depends,
sometimes it's, yes, it depends, right? Maybe from 7, from 9, yeah, but of course not for not 5-year-old.
4 years, I think it could be possible if the parents agree to participate in the lesson too, like helping with toys and so on. And basically, the parent would deliver the class, and you will just guide the parent what to and say what to do. Yeah, maybe in this case it's possible.
I see. Okay, one more question, another concern. What about problems with pronunciation? I mean, kids, if they maybe imitate in the wrong way, I don't know what happens.
I don't think it's bad, right? The cycle of acquiring a new word, well, and basically speaking takes several stages. The first stage is just listening. The second stage is comprehension, understanding what it means. And then if you have kids, I mean, your own kids, you know that at some point they would start just imitating the sounds of your first language. Well, it's not the language, it's already, but it's already something looking like a language, but it's a stage, right? And sooner or later they will copy, and it's how can I put it? It's like self-fixing system. Yeah, he hears the word many times, and it automatically somehow fixes in his brain. I don't know how it happens, but at the next stage he starts articulating proper words and sounds. So this is just one of the stages, which is actually included in the silent period. So if your kids don't repeat accurately, it doesn't mean that they are bad kids. You should punish them somehow. You just need to wait a little bit and practice the language structures a little more, and sooner or later they will repeat properly.
So this participant also asked about pronunciation. I mean that some children have problems with this even in their mother tongue. Probably that's a matter of not English teacher, but maybe some speech therapist can help in this situation, right? So it's maybe not up to it. Probably.
Well, yeah, you need to go to the doctor. Well, but some teachers tend to say that children have problems, for example, with misbehavior, hyperactive kids. They say, oh, your child is hyperactive, he has learning disabilities and so on. But in most cases, these teachers have teaching disabilities. And well, yeah, so don't have, I think that we are teachers, we're not doctors, so we can't say if the child is hyperactive or he has real dyslexic problems or something like that. So it's up to the doctor to say. Yeah, but I don't think you should really worry if some of your kids don't repeat everything correctly.
Exactly. So dear audience, do you have any more questions for Artem? So because I guess I've asked everything that was in the chat. Artem, you have a lot of warm comments. You are the best. Wonderful. Everyone's so happy to watch your performance. Okay, guys.
I'm very happy with you. So thank you very much for inviting me. It was so pleasant to talk to you and to you all, guys. Yeah, a warm greetings from St. Petersburg. It's a little bit rainy today, but you made me feel very sunny. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Artem. I have one more question before we go. Okay, just one more.
Okay.
Which methodology do you use to teach? Maybe you can give example of authors or books.
Can you repeat it again, please? Yeah, just there was problem connection.
Which methodology do you use to teach? I mean, maybe you can give example of some authors or books. There was one question about Mishirякова. What do you think about her methodology?
I adore Mishirякова. I think she is one of the best teachers I've ever seen. But unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to attend any of the courses she organizes. But I hope I will do this in the nearest future. But we met, and I was lucky to talk to her and to study a little bit. Yes, and I adore her. I think she's a great teacher. Yeah. Well, which methodology? Probably you've heard of Julia Garbovskaya. Yeah, probably you could attend one of her seminars too. Yeah, it's worth doing. Well, yeah, and read a lot of books. Yeah, Vygotsky, for example, right? Why not? Montessori, yeah, one of these authors. And of course, Makarenko. Makarenko is one of my favorite.
I agree. Artem, thank you very, very much. I was so happy to talk to you today, and I think our audience. Dear participants, I want to remind you, if you want full recording of Artem performance, you can still buy it in our paid packages. The link is under below the video. And anyway, again, we were so lucky today, Artem, to have you here. You're very artistic, you're really talented, and very, very inspiring. I wish you all the best. And
thank you very much.
Your pupils are really happy to have you as a teacher. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.